Stockholm, December 13th, 2025. On Friday morning, a number of members of the Azerbaijani diaspora in Sweden gathered in front of the embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran in Stockholm to demand freedom for Azerbaijani political prisoners and an end to the cultural and political repression of this group. During the protest demonstration, a statement from the Coordination Council for Organizations in South Azerbaijan was read aloud. Below is the exact text of this statement. Coordination Council for Organizations in South Azerbaijan, GATESH. Statement regarding the protest demonstration in front of the Iranian embassy in Sweden. The racist and discriminatory political measures carried out by the ruling regime in Iran have intensified to an unprecedented level in the past century, targeting the Turkish people in South Azerbaijan and other regions in Iran. We, the Coordination Council for Organizations in South Azerbaijan, gather today on the 80th anniversary of the founding of the national government in South Azerbaijan in front of the Iranian embassy in Sweden to express our support for political prisoners and our firm protest against the widespread violations of human rights as well as the regime's failed and discriminatory political, economic, and cultural policies. This protest action, which coincides with the 80th anniversary of the founding of the national government in South Azerbaijan, is also a symbol of our loyalty to our history and national will. The national government, founded on December 12, 1945, was one of the clearest expressions of the Turkish people's desire in South Azerbaijan to defend their language, culture, and political and economic rights. The brief but impactful activities of this government, including mother tongue education, local self-government, economic equality, and programs for cultural renewal, still serve as the ideological foundation of our national struggle today. 80 years later, the fight for these same rights continues. Despite all the pressure from the regime, the Azerbaijani Turkish people, supported by their historical heritage, continue to demand justice and fairness. This protest action is a contemporary expression of loyalty to the legacy of the national government and the struggle for its ideals. 1. Freedom for political prisoners. We stand by the brave activists. Today, a large number of activists from South Azerbaijan who defend national rights are being silenced through harsh sentences and long prison terms, torture and psychological pressure, in some cases, physical torture, fabricated security-related accusations. Despite these pressures, our national activists continue to show steadfast resistance, and several of them, including Mr. Taher Nagavi and Mr. Wudud Asadi, are defending their rights by starting hunger strikes. We demand immediate and unconditional release of all political prisoners, including all Turkish activists from South Azerbaijan. An immediate end to torture and inhumane treatment in prisons, that the lives and health of hunger-striking activists be monitored by international institutions. GATESH calls on the international community to increase political and economic pressure on the Iranian regime. 2. Environmental catastrophe. Justice for Lake Urmia. The Iranian regime's targeted and discriminatory water policies have led South Azerbaijan to the brink of an environmental catastrophe. Due to the state's planned confiscation of water resources, Lake Urmia has effectively been destroyed. The lake has completely dried up. Thousands of families have been forced to leave their homes. Salt storms have become a deadly threat to the region's health. This catastrophe is part of the regime's long-term policy of demographic and economic pressure. We demand a development of a transparent program for the restoration of Lake Urmia under international supervision, a fair distribution of water resources, investigation and prosecution of those responsible for environmental crimes by international institutions. 3. An end to economic and political discrimination. Despite its rich resources and strategic location, South Azerbaijan is being deliberately held back. This policy is a clear example of economic colonialism. Industrial investments are limited. Unemployment is systematically increased. The region's income is transferred to the center and not reinvested. Agriculture is being driven towards destruction through targeted water policies. We demand a fair economic share for the region of South Azerbaijan, a guarantee of the right to manage its own resources, an end to centralized and Persian-centered economic policies. 4. Freedom for the mother tongue and recognition of cultural rights. The Turkish language has been subjected to systematic bans by the Iranian state for over a century. The denial of the right to education in the mother tongue is a blatant violation of United Nations conventions. We demand immediate implementation of education in Turkish as a mother tongue, official status for the Turkish language, an end to the persecution of language and cultural activists. 5. Recognition of Iran's multinational reality, transition to a just political system. Iran can no longer continue with a single national, centralist, and assimilative system. The Turks in South Azerbaijan and other nations demand the right to political self-determination. We demand recognition of South Azerbaijan's national and political status, abolition of the centralized power model, creation of a democratic system based on the people's right to self-governance. 6. Appeal to the international community. We call on the Swedish government, the European Union, the UN Human Rights Council, Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch to take immediate action against the Iranian regime's violations of human rights in South Azerbaijan. Our appeal: freedom for political prisoners, justice for Lake Urmia, freedom for our mother tongue, justice and freedom for South Azerbaijan, end to racism and colonialism. Gatesh, Coordination Council for Organizations in South Azerbaijan.